budgeting was actually taught at school, but it was never something I used as an adult. Now, fast forwarding to 2023, and I am well into adulthood, past the age of 35, have 2 children, and I just started budgeting consistently. It has changed my financial life, it has changed my financial health as well, and it has shown me that I can build a better future financially even if my income is not where I want it to be. So in this video, I'm going to show you an easy way of budgeting, especially if you're a beginner. If you're just starting out and you're just starting a budget of your own, this way and technique will ease you into budgeting and have you excited about continuing. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole Charnel and I am doing a video on budgeting, which is kind of shocking to me. However, it's something that has really just got me excited about my finances and got me excited about the future of my finances and shown me that I can have a future with my finances as long as I take control of them and I don't let them control me. I used to think of budget as a dirty word, for lack of a better term. Something that's like, well, I don't want to budget because it's scary, or maybe I can't budget because I don't have enough money, or I can't make a budget and it be sustainable for me. But really, a budget is me telling my money what to do. That's it. Once I started thinking of it that way, thanks to Dave Ramsey, gonna give him all of his props for his podcast, his YouTube channel, all the information that he has shared, his books from him and his daughter Rachel Cruz. Love them both. After I started learning that a budget is literally just about me telling my money where to go, that changed everything for me. It was all about perspective at that point, and my perspective 100% changed for the better. I'm 100% changed for the better. So first I'm going to tell you what I have been doing and what I've changed about my budgeting to make it work for me and make it really exciting for me. So when I first got into budgeting, of course, I was in a scary space in the sense of I felt like my money was just flying out the bank. I didn't know where it was going, and I didn't know how to control it. And of course, I had debt, tremendous amount of debt. At least it felt tremendous to me, or it feels tremendous to me, because I am still currently in debt. So if you haven't seen my previous video on me talking about my debt and how I'm going to get out of debt, kind of talks about this, what I'm doing, my technique. But I looked into cash stuffing. So cash stuffing in the cash stuffing community, or cash stuffing as a budgeting tool, is very popular because it allows you to see your money, hold it tangibly, put it where it needs to go, and then it disperses, right? So you can see where your money is going. Coming back to budgeting, right? That's where your budget is. You're telling your money what to do. You're telling your money where it's going. So I grasped onto cash budgeting. I was like, okay, can I do this? And I tried. I got the little binders, the little Ziploc baggy thingies. I put together like my little book for myself, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Cash budgeting, yes. No, I don't know what it is. Like, granted, all the things, all the tips of it worked. Like the fact of like having cash in your hand makes you realize where the cash is going. It definitely worked because I had more of a sense of my money, but I couldn't consistently keep up with the cash and the sinking fund aspect of the cash, which I feel like is the gold mine of budgeting. Having sinking funds and having funds set aside for things that you know are going to come up in the future, but you just don't know when. It helps you feel more prepared for anything that comes up, right? It's the concept of an emergency fund. You put money away, put money away for the emergency that you know is going to happen. Eventually, you're going to have a rainy day and you're going to need that money. But if it's there, it's less of a stressful situation. So that what is the concept of sinking funds, right? And that really is like a big part of cash budgeting. Not just, okay, I put aside my cash for my food, my weekly expenses, but I also put aside cash for my car maintenance, taxes in the future, sports for my kids, education, back to school, all that. So taking in all this information, okay, yes, I'm gonna do it. And like I said, I kind of fell off on the cash side of things, but I still wanted to use this technique for my budgeting. So I had to figure out a way to do it. Insert digital cash budgeting. I don't know if that's what we should call it, but that's what I'm gonna say it is right now. So basically what I did was I created a bunch of accounts, saving accounts within my regular account, and I separated them out into categories. So when I get paid with my money, I have a budget, like right now, budget of where that cash is going to go, and I put a little bit in the categories as my sinking funds, as well as, of course, budgeting my expenses as a whole. Budgeting of my expenses wasn't the hard part. For me, it was, where does that extra money go? When I took my expenses versus my income, I had a decent amount of money left over, but I couldn't figure out where it was going. What was I spending it on? Where was it going? So I wanted to tell that money what to do, how it could help me, and that was in sinking funds and all that. So I created basically digital sinking funds, and I did that within the Capital One app, or with a Capital One account. So Capital One is an online banking, and with Capital One you can have up to 25 savings accounts. 25, okay? That you're like, oh, that's not a lot, but it is. When you break down the categories, that's more than enough, at least for me, but whatever. It's great because you can just break out your money, and that's what I did. So first I'm going to show you my budget, and within my budget I have my categories. I'm going to show you how I budget digitally. I do it within Excel or Google Sheets, pretty much the same thing. And I'm going to show you how I put together my budget by putting together my budget for September 2023. That was a long intro. We're going to put on these cute blue light glasses because they're super cute. All right, I got it. Screen recording has begun. My finance tracker. As you can see on the bottom here, I have the dates separated out, or the months separated out. I have a debt snowball page, and then I have a base budget page. Right, so like I said, we're gonna do September. I do use the zero-based budget technique, so I don't have my pages linked together. I saw a couple of templates online where they've linked the pages together, so like the end balance from this one page goes to the next page, and I didn't see that beneficial because I use the zero-based budget. So at the end of the month, at the end of the week, at the end of me budgeting my paycheck, I should be down to zero. All the money is allocated for, so there's nothing being carried over. So that is why I don't have my pages linked together. So here is the base budget page. All I do with this, because it's a base budget, is I copy it over and then change the name, which I've done, to September 2023. So here we are at the very top. We have an income section. So this is my income. It is an estimate. I use like a rounded up number, so I get paid around the same amount every week. I am an hourly employee, but it's around the same amount a month, around the same amount every week, because I work a 40-hour work week. I can get overtime. That is why it does change. So that's that. So I just round it to a number, and then I also have a second job slash side hustle. I probably should just change this to second job because it's not a side hustle. I do want to get into a side hustle, and I think I finally decided what I want it to be, like for real. Like, I've had so many side hustles. That's another video for another day, but I think we're there. I think we've decided what we want to do. I have my work income. These all these add up to this cell here. So if I change it, then that's what it is. There will be a link down below of the template version of this. It is somebody else's template. I just made these colors. If you prefer mine to the templated one, the main difference to the templated one are the colors and how I like rearrange the boxes. But the template is the original, like how I got it delivered to me, and I just like move stuff around. So I only work 3 days a week at my second job. At the minimum, I can pick up shifts if I need to, which I do when I know I need the extra cash. But at the minimum, this is what I work. This is what I get, and I get paid that every other week. Okay, so this is my total income for the month. All right, so down here is my budget, and then the actual amounts. I have them separated because this is how I felt. This is how I found that it makes it easier for me to understand what I'm doing with my money. Okay, so here I have my sections. These are color coded for me and how I separate them out. And each color code means something different. So my first section are my biggest expenses, my biggest monies. Okay, I have bills, and these are all like my bigger expenses. Then I have gas. This right here, I need to change this. Okay, so before I was only paying for one dance spot, but now I'm paying for two. So I've actually moved this down at the bottom. I have dance here and then I have sports here, and this is literally combined. It's the same thing. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and delete this and then make this 0. These are my subscriptions. This is how I separated them out. I just, like I said, everything is color coded for me because that's where I know where it is. Now, this is where my cash envelopes and my sinking funds come into play. So my cash envelopes, I have, and I say air quotes because I don't always get cash out. Sometimes I keep it in and sometimes I keep it out, but I want to budget for it like I'm going to get cash out, okay? So I have groceries, eating out, kids, toiletries, and those are my cash items. On to my sinking funds. My first one is red because for the month of September, for the month of August, my focus was my emergency fund. That's why this one was red. Every month I'm changing my financial focus for what I'm saving for that month. Or what I'm focusing on saving that month. And it's easier for me to focus on one thing or one category to save the maximum amount in that month. But that's just me. That's once again a tip that I'm using and that I've used effectively, and that's working for me to save money. Okay, that's why that one is red. And then my sinking funds, I have a paying off debt sinking fund, sports, education, self-care, spending, gifts, holidays, Christmas, taxes, car maintenance, travel, birthdays, events, and then buffer. Then here at the bottom, it totals my expenses. My income is dragged from the top. It's the same little cell, if you know how Excel works. It is the same amount, so I just take it from the top. I minus my expenses and then my remaining. Now, once I budget, this remaining should be 0 because I want all of my money to be put in a category. That is the point of zero-based budgeting, that you get down to 0. That is why I have it there. It's highlighted, it's called out. Know that I budgeted all my money for the time, and then moving forward, like this is how I'm looking at it. Okay. All right. So once again, these are the numbers from last month, so I'm gonna go ahead and change them. First I'm going to change them monthly, and then I will later on change them weekly. Okay, so and later on when I do my weekly budget, I change it weekly, but for the month, that's all we're going to focus on. All right, so we just zoomed in a little bit so we could focus. All right, my tithes are 10% of my income, so that's going to stay the same. My giving, this is a giving account that I set aside for giving. My State Farm, it stays the same. My BG&E stays the same. This is my credit card. I want to really start focusing on paying off my credit card, so I need to put extra money for it right now. Right now, it is not going to be the focus, so I am going to I'm just gonna put a little bit extra. Now, what these little categories are doing is this actual category takes the total from over in my weekly and it brings it over to what it is. Because like I said, I adjust my weekly by week before I get my pay. And then the difference is it highlights it green or yellow based off of if I need to put more in there or if I've put too much in there. This is great because this, for example, with my credit card, I'm saying I'm budgeting $100, but I actually only put $75 in. That means $25 has gone somewhere. This is money that I need to figure out where it's going. Okay, this is why the highlight is important. All right, moving on. Infinity, that's good. School, this is a school bill for my daughter. It is over a little bit just because of how the money, like the easiest way for me to put the money away, basically. So I just let that be over. It's only over by $4. That's fine. Gas. Oh, gas is my weekly gas that I give myself, that I used to pay for my car. The amount that I've been putting aside a week has been working for now, but I haven't been driving a tremendous amount because I haven't been driving to school every day. So I know in September that I do need to bump this up because it's gonna change. I have to drive to school every day. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to $400, and then I'm gonna go ahead and change these to 100. It evens out again. Phone bill $80, YMCA $46, Apple $6. Great. All this. Okay, now these are my subscriptions. These do not change. I did delete one subscription, which was great. Subscription, which is great. I'm really trying to get, I want to get my subscription down even more, but these are the subscriptions I actually use weekly. So that's my minimum right now. Like, it is what it is. And it's really not that much money. It's $73. So, and before, when I first went through my subscriptions, honey, it was a lot. So anyway, all right, now on to the cash. So my groceries, I also just bumped up my groceries to $400 a month. If you look at the average amount that people spend on groceries a month, bruh, $400 is nothing. It's like $900 for the average family of 3. I'm a family of 3. I have 2 kids. Yeah. So this is I try to keep it reasonable, okay? Because then I also have an eating out budget. Okay, I also have an eating out budget for going out to eat, and I just want to be realistic, like, because sometimes we need that quick dinner. Okay, $80 there. Kids, $80. So I just put aside like a little bit of money. I need to change my a little bit of money each week for them. Toiletries, because we always need soap, we always need toilet tissue, we always need toothpaste, we always need something. So I have a little cash fund for it. Okay, all right, now on to emergency fund. It's red because that was my focus for the month of August. All right, so I need to make it my focus for the month of September as well. Because I want a certain amount in there, so I know I can get to that amount by doing a certain number of things. So this is what we're gonna do. To put is 600 in here. So as you see, that puts me in a negative down here. That's because something else is off, and we're gonna fix each of one of these. So my emergency fund, I need to put 600 in for the month of September. So paying off debt, I need to bring this down because right now we are negative $300, right? So we'll just bring it down to 0 and I'll come back. Sports, that needs to stay at 200. Christmas is an automatic draft, so it stays at, I actually want to bump it up to 100 this month. So I need to bump up my draft. We have $165 left to budget for the month, and this is because, like I said, I'm focusing on my emergency fund. I want to get it to a certain amount, which is $1,000 back to that, because I did spend my $1,000 emergency fund within the past couple months. I did. So that's on me. That's on me. That's on me. I did it. Okay, put something towards paying off debt. So we're just gonna say $50 for right now. Education is good. This is mainly for like school things, so I may just put $10 in there because up to this point, like, school is starting now, so I saved up all the money for like back to school and all that, but now school is starting, so that should be good. Self-care, definitely need something because I'm gonna get my nails done. Where the struggles begin, because I like have priorities in my mind, but then there's like, well, I want to get my nails done, and if I'm gonna get my nails done twice in the month, that's $80. So we'll just go with once in a month. That's already $50. That's oh god, spending. Man, I don't even spend anything. I need to spend $0, but it's fine. It's fine. I have $50 left. Okay, so events. There is this event that I'm saving for that I need to buy the ticket for in December, and I need to save a certain amount of money each. Yeah, I need to save a certain amount of money each week, and the amount of money I need to save each week is $30, and I only have $50 left. So we're gonna put the $50 in there. And that's what it's gonna be. That's just what it's gonna be. That's what it has to be. Like, that's the money. That's the thing about budgeting, is you see what the money is, and you really can't push it, move it, whatever. Like, the best thing I can do is I can pick up some extra work in September to like even out my categories. So, which I might do. I definitely might do. But anyway, So these green ones highlighted on the end here, these trigger me when I'm doing my weekly to know that I have to put money within that weekly. I have to put money within that weekly to make it make sense, to make it add up. So that's why the greens are there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my budget for the month of September. And like I said, I see that I need to make some extra cash if I want to put more money certain places, or I have to minimize something. Now, having a financial focus to me is super important. Like, my financial focus right now will be my emergency fund because I want it to be where it needs to be. And I could take money out of there and put it other places, but at the same time, I can't, because then I won't make the goal. And that's the thing about the budget. Like, you make the budget and then you gotta stick to the budget, because if you don't, you're not making the goals. Like, you just have to stick to it. You have to have the discipline to stick to it. So yeah, here we are. So once again, like, it's gonna fluctuate a little bit because I am an hourly employee and I can pick up extra overtime. So like, basically I'll just need to look for some extra shifts at my second job and maybe pick up one day each week, and that will give me a little bit of extra cash so I can meet my other goals. But yeah, that's it for the budget. And now I'm like a little like anxious about it because I'm not where I want to be. Like I said, I can adjust this emergency fund, but I have to get it back up to where it needs to be so I can focus back again on saving, paying off my debt. I paid off some debt already. I've paid off about $4,000 in debt between 2 credit cards and a travel card. So I'm making moves. I'm doing good things. I just need to keep going. I hope this video helps you if you are starting a beginner budget. Like I said, budgeting is about telling your money where to go and how it can work for you. Once I started doing this consistently with my paycheck, I saw what was happening with my extra money. Like I said, cash stuffing really shows you what you're doing with your money, where it's going, because you physically are handing it over. But budgeting itself tells your money where to go, right? So you can make the decision if you're going to spend that money here, there, or wherever, and you just bring those two together. I think doing it digitally, especially nowadays where cash is definitely not obsolete, and I don't think it will ever be, but that's another conversation for somebody else, not me. But I also think it's super beneficial to have both and to have the ability to use both. So that's why I kind of made this version of my digital budgeting system, or my digital sinking fund, so I can literally just move the money around and I don't have to go to the bank and get the cash, put it in an envelope, and then when the expense does come up, I have to come back and get the cash, take it back, or take it to wherever it needs to go. I have it all there in one account, but it's separated out in categories, so it keeps me focused on my goals, keeps me focused on the things that I need to do, and also shows me, okay, like, just in case I have this emergency of this car maintenance, I have money to go there. Just in case I have this thing come up with kids' school, I have money to go there. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Super just intense and numbery, and that's not me, but it is me when it comes to my budget and what I'm doing with my money, because it has been a game changer for me, and knowing that I have financial freedom already, and now I just need to maximize on it. I need to just pay off my debt. I need to get it down so I can move forward. Paying off debt is really like a top thing in my brain, and like I said, I have been doing it. But then now my emergency fund is down, so I have to build my emergency fund back up again. Just take that pause to build it back up again, and then I can go back to paying off debt and get my debt down. If you want to know what my debt is and where it has begun, I'll link that video on the screen and you can check that out. And of course there'll be more videos like this because I'm really passionate about this, if you can't tell. I'm really enjoying my budgeting life. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.